Oh, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Hit the like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. Even now, Patreon is Shar's Reality number 6. If you aren't following my backup page, go ahead and follow me at Shar's World number 6. All right. This is not a chat for children. So if you're a child, you probably should exit stage left. Hello and lottie dottie to everybody, all my newcomers, all my flip floppers, and all my day ones. What's up, checkmates? What's up? Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Listen, make sure you guys are sharing the live. It's imperative that you do this so people can know that I'm over here doing some amazing things, honey. We gonna chop it all the way to hell up. When I'm done with this live, I'll be over on my backup page shortly after. You guys been coming over there like some beasts, okay? And I appreciate it. Um, I don't really get much views over there. So I was really shocked to see that I hit a 1.2 viewership over there. I said, look at my checkmates coming through with the support and even some newcomers because sometimes it gets draining over here when we're talking about repeated Love and Marriage Huntsville, which that is authentically my audience here. But I know I have a whole lot of wisdom and understanding to bring to the streets of YouTube. So I oftentimes want to scatter all over the place and then realize because that is my family channel over there, ultimately I'm going to reach some of these things with my children, right? I'm going maybe or maybe not, maybe some of their friends, maybe some of their, associates, but some of these things I'm ultimately going to run into. And if I've been there and I've done that, let's have a conversation, right? So shout out to my checkmates for making it do what it do, what it do over there on my backup channel, Shar's World number 6. You guys have been amazing, and I didn't want to go on without it. Liz, welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. Deborah in the chat says, "Can you drop a link to your second channel?" I absolutely can. I'll come out and drop it because y'all know I'm a little not so computer savvy, but I definitely will drop it for you. You'll see it drop in the chat shortly. Stephanie, welcome to the chat. Miss Know It All, welcome to the chat. LaQuanta in the building. What's up, y'all? Brenda in the building, V Jackson in the building. Hello, Geneva. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Mama Bees, what's up, y'all? Make sure y'all are sharing the live. I know it's like you guys are tired of hearing me say it repeatedly, but it's imperative that you do. because we talk about some good stuff over here. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely will drop it for you. But as you all know, wait, you know what? Let me try to drop it while we are what are you guys doing for the holiday? Anybody going out of town? What are you guys doing? Just enjoying just a local barbecue with family and friends, or are you guys just sleeping in like me? I've been running so much. One of my sons does party promotion during his season off from school, and mama got to be front and center. So yesterday I was booked and busy supporting him in that. As long as he remained positive and in good spirits, and I don't feel like it's bringing him down, I will always stand by him. So that's what I was doing yesterday with him. Um, and so I'm drained, right? I got in, I went out, did my own thing, okay. And then when I did my own thing, I got where I was going about like 3 a.m. And then when I got there, baby, I was knocked out. When I woke up, it was 9 o'clock. I said, "Oh, baby, I got to get home." Okay, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. So I was just like, I didn't intend to stay out as long as I did, but baby, look, the time wasn't ticking for me because I was exhausted. Um, and I just needed that time, if that makes sense. So, like I said, I've learned throughout the years that you got to work the job. Don't let the job work you, right? And a lot of jobs will work the hell out of you so much that you don't get to enjoy the labors of life, the fruit of life, right? So I've made it my priority about 2 years now that I've been doing things that I am happy with. And that I enjoy rather than just work, 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 work. I can't do that any longer. Um, and so over there on the other channel today, we're going to be talking about once the beef is done and the beef is already aired out. I don't like you. Now you're telling me what you really felt about me. If you guys hear like little whistling, my dog is tripping. So just ignore him. Um, but neither here nor there. A lot of times when the beef is broken and it's already exposed, now people tell you what they really feel about you, and you be amazed by what's coming out of their mouth. I mean, I'm the type of person that um even if I pretend that I liked you, or vice versa, if I got to know you and I just found out you wasn't my cup of tea, I just can't dog nobody out like that. I am well, I don't know. I'm shocked by some of the stuff that I hear once a person fall out here on YouTube. It's like, girl, you done licked her butt that much. And you felt that way, girl. It couldn't be me. Never. My mama will roll over in her grave and she felt like I was licking that kind of booty. I'm not going to be able to do it. 41 in the chat. Y'all continue to hit the like button while I go and get this link to post it for you guys before I forget, because when I start talking, I tend to forget what I was supposed to do. So I'm trying to do it while I'm having a conversation, so that fair enough, we can have the link in the chat and I can continue to paste it in the chat as we continue to have a conversation. Um, but anyway, neither here nor there. Here we are, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to put some lip gloss on and head over on camera because over there I take my shoes off, honey, and I get comfortable. We have a conversation, and if I had a little bit more participation in the chat when I'm over there, I probably would stay a little bit longer on live. But I don't like to feel like I'm talking to myself. So I just can't do that. But when more people come over, I'll say that hour that I like. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to keep it to being 20 and 25 minutes over there. Okay, I posted the link a few times, so if you guys see it, hit the link and join me over there and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's go. Did we get anybody new in the chat? Let's see. Okay, 38 in the chat. You guys keep hitting that like button, share the live, share the live. So we know that we got the news yesterday that Maurice was indeed arrested, right? And I myself was shocked. Not the man, like I said yesterday, not the man that take his reputation seriously, right? The man that thinks that he big boss applesauce. Not the man that even went as far as defending himself and his representation, that he ended up in multiple content creators chat, threatening them, with the law, right? Abusing his authority and his position, right? Um, I was just blown away. So while you were over here telling everybody they're irresponsible for speaking on you and it's the wrong person, you mean to tell me you couldn't pull none of that wisdom out of your hat and use it on your own tail? You mean to tell me that you didn't think creatively or, smart to think, hey, maybe if I get in this car and I have one too many drinks that I could, one, hurt myself or two, hurt somebody else, okay? No, you didn't think that much to have that conversation with yourself, right? You just got your tail in the car in a rush to get to whatever you was trying to get to. Now, word on the curve is that you was definitely not trying to make it to your wife, but it's still allegedly, in my opinion, child. Sharonda, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. All right, Deborah, you got it. Hi, Tootsie. What's up, baby? Make it do what it'll do, what it do. Yeah, but word is on the curve that you weren't trying to make it home to your wife. I said, but wasn't the wife partying with you? I don't know where these people come from, but check it out for a minute. If I walk in the door with my man, I'm definitely walking out the door with my man. Ain't no way in hell you gonna go your way, baby. I'll be home in a little bit. No, we going together. Where the hell you think you going? And that don't have nothing to do with insecurity. That's just what it is. If I came here with you, my dude, we're leaving together. You know what I mean? So, and one thing I love about my dude now is he don't even play that. When we walk in together, everybody knows we're together. And when we walk out, everybody knows we're leaving together, right? And if for a moment we already talked about, hey, I'm gonna leave early because I'm tired, because I do that, and he's a night owl and I'm not, right? I'm gonna leave early. I know what it's gonna be, and I know that I know where he is. You know what I mean? So I don't understand y'all old woman allowing your man to run the streets all types of time of the night, and you're not included in those plans. No, that is weird as hell to me, right? So Artina, welcome to the chat. Netta, what's up, baby? Welcome to the chat. Nene, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. So I don't understand how Kimmy let her man go. Now, like I said, I got some DMs. I don't know if there's any truth to it. So speculations is that he definitely was not going home. Okay. Now I don't know how y'all let your man slip between the cracks, but listen, if you like it, we love it. So with that being said, I don't know how foolishly you were willing to be, or in that moment that you was rushing to the punani, allegedly, okay, or wherever you was trying to get to, that you wasn't thinking, maybe I should get in an Uber, maybe I should take a taxi cab, maybe I should call a ride, or maybe I should get somebody to drop me off. Like, none of that crossed your mind, lawyer? I don't understand. And I'm waiting for you to come out here and make a statement, because we know you like to dress it up. And I'm just wondering what kind of top you're gonna wear. Are you gonna wear the same gel clothes that you had on? I want to know what kind of top you're gonna wear, because I know you're gonna make a statement and you're gonna try to push it off on somebody, or you're going to or you're going to say that it was a selfish thing. I really wasn't thinking. All the lottie dottie that you do. So I'm really interested to hear how you're going to spin this one. Or are you guys going to wait until the next season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the B part? And you guys are going to wait to film it rather than coming here giving us free content, just like they just did Martell, with acting like he just, the cops just came for him, but he waited till they filmed to turn himself in. Like, is that going to be one of the things that we see when filming? Because y'all like to do stuff for a dollar. And like I said, it was very irresponsible. But at the time that I reported yesterday, give me 1 second, guys. All right. I knew that he wasn't going to make it out without barking, so I wanted to get him out of here. I asked my son to watch until I get off the line. But anyway, I just find it crazy. I do want to know how you're going to spin this because I mean it's in plain text, right? You were arrested for the DUI. Now I know I heard another content creator mention, maybe, just maybe, not saying that they were, maybe that the folks in Huntsville, the law enforcement officers, maybe know of them. I said, nah, I don't give them that much credit, right? And maybe they're just, once they run their name, they like, okay, let's pull them over and see what's going on. It could be. It also could be, they just trifling and maybe he was going in and out of lanes and that's how they pulled them over. I don't know. But when you are a guy that is on reality TV, you probably should play a little careful in the streets, okay? A little bit more careful because you really, really playing a dangerous game. Not only a dangerous game, a very irresponsible game. And you're not looking very swift out here in the streets, okay? Oprah needs to cancel the show now. Tell him again, nobody's fool. Tell him again. Get him the hell up out of here immediately, okay? And if I was them, like they were striking all them content creators' channels a little while back, and people were saying, let's just start talking about other things. That's probably what they should start doing. They probably should start auditioning for another reality TV show because it's looking a little thin and it's not looking so good on their part. I know last week ratings were beyond low, the all-time low, right? It's going from, and it did. The second episode was a little higher than the third. The third was lower than the second. The second was higher than the first. Okay, so it is doing a little bouncing, but I've heard that this week episode was very boring. And it wasn't really nothing to talk about. So either they're going to start lying to try to save the show, or they're going to try to create beef to save the show, right? So all content creators should be alarmed, right? That cover the show because we never know what direction they're going to go in. So if you guys forgot or not sure what happened with Maurice, we'll repeat that and then we will get to the latest news article that was wrote about it, which really just popped up on my phone. I really wasn't even checking for it, to be honest. A notification came on. I said, not Google telling me that Maurice has been arrested. Not the reality TV star has been arrested, baby. I I was definitely blown away by it. But never here nor there. It says that Scott Maurice Jefferson was arrested. Booking date was 5/25/24 at 12:04 p.m. I got his birth date there. His charges was driving under the influence. It's a misdemeanor. In parentheses, they have the alcohol, the arresting agency, they have the district, and they also have his bail was $5,000. Now, at the time of this, there was no release date for him. That at the time I screenshotted that, but per that he has been released. Now, people were speculating that he won't be out in time because it is the weekend. It was the weekend, and usually you can't see a judge on the weekend, but maybe he had a little bit more pull where they were able to talk to somebody and they ordered him. I don't know. It says it was 12 noon in the same clothes as the night before. The question is, where you been from 3 a.m. till 12 noon? I suspect the boom boom room with Funky D and the boys. Wow, just saying. Wow. Um, that's crazy, yo. Wait a minute, the boy. I'm gonna sit that right here, honey. I'm gonna sit that right here. Hold on. Oh no, y'all. Not the boom boom ring room. Child, listen. I don't know, y'all. The boom boom room, or maybe he was there by himself. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Yeah, so I don't know, but listen, it's not too far fetched. He said out of his own mouth that him and the guys hang out to 3 a.m. and Kimmy, co-signed with it as if she was okay with what he was saying. Like, they just hanging out doing guy things. So look, she don't have a yeah, she don't have a problem with it, neither the hell do I. Okay. So let's read the article. I don't know why I keep disappearing as if I don't want to read it. I do want to read it. Hold on. I had it up and then it's gone. Baby, stop playing with me. Uh, oh my goodness. Okay. So this is who is this from? Huntsville reality TV star arrested on a DUI charge. Huntsville WHNT, a Huntsville reality TV star, was arrested and booked into the Madison County Jail on Saturday. According to the Madison County inmate booking website, 45-year-old Maurice Scott was booked into jail shortly after 12 o'clock p.m. For a charge of driving under the influence of alcohol. Booking records indicate that the authorities with the Alabama law enforcement agency arrested Scott. Scott is a reality TV star on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Scott was giving a $5,000 bond. Love and Marriage Huntsville premiere back in 2019. So that's the latest. They're not even talking about his release, but whoever bailed him the hell out, they bonded him out. Okay. Yes, I saw that, Zabor. I'm just like, y'all like, so I want to know if Maurice is going to swing back, like Martell tried to swing back and make this somebody else's fault, right? When Martell was hot, that he give me 1 second, guys. Oh, he hung up. But Martell was hot. Oh, I don't know why my phone keep hanging up. Hold on. Hey, honey, I'm on live. Can I call you back? All right, bye. Um, so like Martell tried to spend it on Melody that his picture was blasted all across the shade room and all the major outlets. He was hot about that. So I wonder if Maurice is going to pick up that same kind of energy and try to blame the bloggers for his stupidity. You know what I mean? No, this is a you issue, not a us issue. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about it no matter what. But the reality of it is you did what you did. You should have called Uber, okay? And you should have been more knowledgeable and use your wisdom and said, you know what, I could have seriously hurt somebody. Too many, you know what, my girlfriend that I went to school with, and I'll share this, this is my best friend, right? We're not best friends right now, but still in all, if I call her, if she called me, we identify ourselves as best friends. Like her mom took really good care of me while we was in school. We just outgrew each other, a lot of things that we don't do coincide with, right? However, my best friend had this boyfriend, right? That was locked up in the county jail, right? And when he locked up in a county jail, she knew that she couldn't do certain stuff with him. Or he would get mad at her, right? So she was driving his car because she knew that if his car got taken or something would have happened and she would have had a scratch on that thing, it was gonna be on like popcorn, right? So she was driving his car, but remind you, she didn't have any license. She didn't have any license when she was driving his car through the city. And she would go to his visits at the county jail, right? And one day she was in a rush to get to this jail. This is a true story, right? If God is my witness, one day she was rushing to go to the jail because she was trying to make that time to get to the jail, right? And y'all listen carefully. This is why, Maurice, I don't understand how you could be so irresponsible. Okay, I know people do it all the time, but we coming for you right now, right? So my friend was driving, trying to get to the county jail on time. It was this lady from the Willenboro area that was visiting her family around the holidays. I can't remember what holiday it was because it's been some time. And before I even tell the story, my friend has turned her life around tremendously. Okay, um, tremendously. I'm so proud of her. But so she goes and try to visit him in jail, and this lady from visiting family from out of town was crossing the street. My friend hit this lady, right? Who wasn't even here permanently. She was just visiting family, right? My friend hit this lady and tried to go around the lady and pull off, but instead she took the lady body and dragged her 500 feet. You hear me? She killed that lady that night. You understand what I'm saying to you? So she wasn't even under the influence, but she was under pressure. She knew there would be consequences if she didn't make the visit, and she scratched that man's car up. My friend, first charge ever, even touching the jail cell, did 5 years. Okay? Listen, it is not to be played with. And sometimes it's best just if you ain't gonna think about yourself, just think about the people you can harm. She did 5 years, first charge ever. She was just a baby, just a baby. She had kids at the time. Her parents had to come in and take care of those kids. She had boys, so that was never easy, right? She had kids, and she's doing a phenomenal job now. She did 5 years. She came out, had some bumps in the road, but God has restored her like nobody business. Okay, and He is, excuse me, He is faithful in all that He do. Okay, so yes, he was on a 12-hour hold because of how much alcohol in his system. Dang, that's crazy, Mama Bees. Oh man. Um, so yeah, my friend did those 5 years. So I don't even play with a DUI. And last night, my sons, like I told you, one of them do the promotion, the party promoting thing, and my other son just make sure he support him. But I'm always like on my kids, like they're grown adults, they 21 and 20, and one of them about to be 22. Um, but the reality of it is, you just don't know. Always check on your kids. Always tell them the importance of don't put yourself in stupid situations like that. And if you ain't gonna think about yourself, um, think about the other people that you can hurt. You know what I mean? 70 in the chat. You guys hit the like button. If you just joined in, we were talking about the news outlet getting wind of the reality TV star Maurice Scott being arrested for a DUI, and the streets are talking. Okay, we want to know, how is Maurice going to spin this? How is he going to try to spin this? How is this going to look for him? Okay, well, baby, if Huntsville, and y'all know, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw this in my story, right? But I screenshotted it because I don't think Huntsville got the memo, right? And it says, before y'all act up this weekend, remember the judge won't be back till Tuesday. Baby, I holla. I said, okay, they didn't get the memo over here. They didn't get the memo over there in Huntsville. I fell out laughing because I was thinking that Maurice will be held for the weekend because no judges in the chambers. So I didn't know how this was going to work. But he has been released. But this was so funny. Okay. When I saw this, I said, dang, ain't nobody tell the Huntsville cast. Okay. I can't. OMG. How so very horrible and sad for both families. Absolutely. It was a traumatic experience, especially for her mom who has the take. I'm only saying her mom first, not that my friend is the only one that matter, because really, my friend made a terrible decision, right? I'm only talking about her first because I remember the change that her children went through while she was arrested. Again, another selfish move. You thought more about the ding dong than you not realizing you don't have any low license, right? You should not be behind the wheel. Okay. You don't even know the signs and the roads and what this means, how you do that. You don't even know the chain of command when it comes to driving because you're not a licensed driver. But all she cared about is being loyal to her man, young and dumb, right? So listen, I say all the time, you got to be swift when you're dealing with people. You have to know who you are, right? And you have to allow your no to be no and your yes to be yes. Honey, who are you talking to? I don't care if you're locked up. If your car go to the pound, that's where the hell it's going to go. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate my backbone, right? I didn't always have that backbone, but now ain't no knocking it down, ain't no pushing it down. We standing tall on my decision. Okay, now I can sympathize with you, I can reason with you, but to tell me flat out that you want me to change my whole entire character to fit your disgusting character, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. 58 likes and 79 in the chat. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Mama Bees. I appreciate you for that. So let's move on to the latest arrest of another cast member, Nell Fletcher's son. Okay, now the son is not a full-time cast member. We do know that we recently saw little stuff hanging around with him and Destiny, as this Destiny was, trying to give him the business. I don't know. I don't know if she wanted her a little young tender thing or not. Okay, but I don't think this is going to be a good combination anyway, okay? Because and I'm not clear about what these charges are. I'm going to read them for the sake of the chat, but I'm not sure because I'm not a criminal. I don't try. I try to stay clear of everything illegal, baby. I can't do it. But I will say that he wasn't held very long at all. Um and I don't know if it was, a mistake or anything like that. I'm not sure. But I do know that he was indeed arrested. So if you're not sure who Lance is the son of Nell Fletcher. And his age is 32. He was arrested on 5/26/24 at 6:02 a.m. He was released a little over an hour later. They say that the charges was a warrant, I don't know what that warrant, and it says striking an unoccupied vehicle. So I mean, basic knowledge of that charge would be maybe he hit a car that somebody was not in. We don't know what the cost of that was because this is not like in depth the charge. Um, but baby, he was arrested. It says the bell or let me see if I screenshotted this rightly. Okay, so the charges and bail amount may change after a court appearance, and may not be current. So I don't know, guys. I don't know, but he was released shortly after. So I don't know if he's going to be charged at a later date, or something more is going to come from this. But like, come on, dude. What was you doing that you hit an unoccupied vehicle? Like, that's kind of hard to do. So we don't have to know the full details of it just to know like that's hard to do. This news was so hard on T Talk because her son was recently hit. Wow, are you serious? Now you know what, I was on her live one night, one day, and she was really, really and she was telling the story, and I'm paraphrasing, of how she wanted to change her clothes and she's been really out of it. But I didn't know the full story, which hence I would have been reached out to her because y'all know I am a prayer warrior. And I would have reached out, but I feel so bad because I didn't know what was going on and it kind of skipped my mind. Wow, that's crazy. But it says that T Talk is another content creator because her son was recently hit by a drunk driver and remained oh, he's still in the hospital. Wow. With a long, long road of recovery ahead. He's the father of 7 young kids. Wow, Deborah, let me ping you. Oh man, that is so unfortunate. And that's what I'm saying. Putting other people's lives in jeopardy because you trifling, okay? My son, it just hit a year, was recently in an Uber. Okay, he was in an Uber coming home, and a driver was coming towards them on the wrong side of the road, going the wrong direction, going 100 miles per hour on I think it was a 45 mile road, 45 mile. He was going 100 miles per hour. The driver himself has passed on. My son lived that, but before that driver passed on, God rest his soul. My son tells the story how the guy was tapping on his seat like, get out the car, get out the car. So it was really hard for my son to say, how did he pass? How? He was tapping on my thing saying, like, get out the car, get out the car. My son was pretty banged up. I thank God because God has been faithful in that. um but listen, this drunk driving is no joke, okay? You do not, if you can't drink and don't get behind the wheel, don't drink at all, okay? Don't drink at all because they are hammering down on people with this drunk driving, as they should. I don't care if it's your cousin, your brother, your uncle, or your auntie. If you do the crime, you definitely should do the time. Drunk drivers are taking people's lives, okay? They're causing people brand new cars if they're living past it. Look, cars are not cheap, right? I think it's selfish to get behind a wheel and drink. It's just crazy. Hi, Dr. Ann. How are you? Sounds like a hit. Sounds like he hit a parked car and maybe gave false ID for some reason. Hi, Terry. How are you? And welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. But yeah, so it's really, really, really sad and it's unfortunate. And like I said, at the end of the day, I don't care if they was reality TV stars or not. This is still a no go, okay? Because I know for a fact, uh, why you giving an alias if that's the case, right? Now we're only assuming because the charges are not clear, or they are clear, but we're not clear to understanding them are privy to understanding them because we didn't get the charge right. But even if that is the case, we want to know what we know. One thing for certain, that is you wasn't clear. You gave alias because maybe you had some prior incidents that you didn't handle, and that warrant may have popped up when you hit that unoccupied car. But you hit that unoccupied car because of what? What was you doing? Were you on your telephone? Were you drinking and driving? Like, we're curious to know. Not that you owed us an explanation, but a lot of this does not math, okay? Um, yeah. So it's a hot mess, and I think like Nell say all the time that she don't agree with black men being arrested. Well, that's why your children are spiraling out of control, because you do not agree with black men being arrested. Maybe if your son sit behind bars long enough and you or their daddy don't come with your change to come bail them out, and they sit and think about the things that they have done, maybe they'll start making more are much better decisions, right? Because the decisions that they're making right now is going to land them in two places: jail, which we were already witnessing, right? Or in the morgue. And that's just unfortunate. Okay. So I think your point of view or your perception of things, you're trying to pin on other people, but nobody has to sit down and lay down and let not even their children run amok on them. Okay. It's stupid to me. It doesn't make sense. So, like I said, yeah, it was bad, Doc Deborah. So it's just a reality, right? And in this season, I encourage everybody to call it out, right? Call out your children. Tell your children they're a hot mess on a cold day, young or old. Because here's the thing: I think people misconstrue holding their child accountable and loving their child. Me and my son just had a discussion about his classes a couple weeks ago, and the reality of it is he kept making excuses for certain things. And I said to him, I said, no, stop talking. I said, here's the thing: stop talking, because all I hear is if you. Well, what about you? Okay. And that's going to hold him, and he's never going to forget that conversation, because one, he's not used to me holding him accountable. I'm always like, well, you'll figure it out. But in this, I felt like it was so imperative for me to have a real conversation with him. So he's going to remember the moment that I stopped saying, well, you'll figure it out. And I actually held him accountable, and I said what I was trying to say out loud and not shunning it away. Right. And he's going to remember it, because it cost him to build himself up into the young man that he is, right? Because you can't be the 7-year-old boy that I used to hold your hand, and now at 20 years old, things have changed. I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to be here. But there's some things that I must pull the rug from up under your feet and tell you now, why the hell you do that, right? So if Nell probably, and I'm not saying this is her fault by any means, right? But Nell need to practice some of those things. Pull the rug from up under those grown behind men feet, right? Maybe they'll be less likely to do the foolishness that they're doing. You got one over here taking tires, buying tires with a stolen credit card. That is insane to me. You didn't need those tires that much. Walk. Go on a bus, get a taxi cab, get an Uber. Why are you stealing somebody's hard-earned credit card that they work for to get what you want, because you don't want to do the work to get your own credit established? That doesn't even make sense to me. Child, listen. But that's pretty much it, guys. I really want to just come. Make sure you guys are sharing the live, so that people can know that I'm over here. I know that YouTube been playing with sending the notifications out. So I figure if we share it, then you guys can be able to see that I went live, right? Um and do it all over again in a little bit. I will meet you guys over on my backup channel. Just like I told you guys the first time, I'll meet you over on my backup channel in another like 15 minutes, so we could talk about the true colors of content creators coming out once the falling out has already took place. And that's going to be a hard pill for a lot of folks to swallow, okay? They ain't gonna want none of that, but we're gonna have a conversation, because that's what I'm here for, right? Um, and I'm pasting the backup channel in the link again. So whoever's not following it, you can go over there and follow that page. We got some amazing content coming over there, right? Geared towards what I can or have experienced already with my own children. All right. I love your checkmates, and there's nothing you can do about it. And remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X at Shar's Reality number 6. If you aren't following my backup page, the link is pinned in the chat. Go ahead and follow my backup page at Shar's World number 6. My Cash App and my email is linked in the bio section, along with the description section of this video, amongst others. Until next time, checkmates. Bye.